Come this side, come this side. Just take a name.
How are you?
Hello.
How are you?
Oh, you don't mind.
Fine? Good.
Come this side, come this side.
Very nice.
Very nice. How long you are?
Only 1 or 2 nights.
1 or 2 days, so you just arrived, yeah?
Right.
Super. So,
And you could adjust the speed of the clock by moving these cubes left or right, and they have stones for weights. Unfortunately, these clocks had only one hand, so we needed to do a little bit guessing with the time, because this is for the minutes and for the hours together. But now we move on to the second generation, and these are known as the clocks with the painted face. You can see why. They have a painted front, it is hand painted, and what's new with these clocks after these ones here? So now we have metal weights on the clock, we have metal mechanism inside, similar to this one here, but a little bit older. We have a pendulum, so you can move that mechanism when it swings, and now we have 2 hands, so we can see time more accurately like with the modern clocks today. So now we have a mini hand on the clock also. And also here I have a very special edition of the clock with the painted face. You guys know what mother-in-law is, yeah? Yeah. Yeah? I'm gonna see why it's called like that now. So, mother-in-law is kicking husband in the head because he's not working hard enough, yeah? And she has something like this in her head. My wife also has one. Okay, let's move to the third and final generation, and these are clocks with the carvings, and clocks that we have here today in the shop. And this is especially known as the train station clock, because it was mostly found around train stations here in Germany in 1860s. And the idea behind the design is that the edges represent the railway tracks here. And this is also one of the first clocks to introduce the cuckoo bird. So let me show you. Every half an hour, cuckoo bird comes at one time. It means it's a half an hour. And on the hour, it counts the time. So 7 o'clock 7 times, 8 o'clock 8 times, and so on. So the idea is that we know the time without looking at the clock. So this is a little bit about the history. Now let me tell you about the clock making. So for the making of the clock, we use this wood. This is known as the lime or the basswood. It is very soft wood for the carvings and needs to be dried up to 4 years before we can carve it. After it dried up, we put the stencil over the wood like this, spray the shape, and then we cut out the shape that we want with a saw-like machine. And this is also the only part of the process where we use the machine. Everything else is handmade. So when we cut out the shape, we're going to have something like this. And after the hand carvings, we're going to have decoration like this that we will eventually put on the clock. So how we assemble everything together now? First, we need to put up a simple house. Then we do the front frame like this, top decoration like this, and we have a house ready for the clock. So we have 40 to 45 families in this part of the Black Forest that do the carvings, and usually they do it in winter time so they can earn some money. And when they do it, for example, one person is doing this front frame, other one is doing this top decoration, so they can save up on time for making the clock. Because usually for the small clock like this, it takes about a week and a half to 2 weeks to make it. For the bigger ones like this one here, about 2 months. You can see why. It's much bigger, we have more complicated carvings, and we need more people doing it. We also need some tools for the carvings. And for that we have tools like this. So we have over 40 different tools. They are similar like this one here. Some are smaller, some are bigger. It depends on the size of the carvings which tool we will use for it. But sometimes clockmakers need tool like this. You know what this is for? You know how the clockmakers call it? Inspirational tool. We know how we have inspiration when we drink 2-3 beers, yeah? So they open a beer and make clocks. So, also inside we need something to move the clock, and for that we have 4 different types of the mechanism with 4 different movements, and they are made out of the brass and stainless steel. So first one here is the daily mechanism, and this one is to be rewinded every once in 24 hours. And for them, to power them, we use 2 small weights here. One is here to power the clock, and other one is powering the bird. I'll explain later what powering here means. Here we have a day mechanism. It's called like that because we need to rewind it now, once in 8 days. But now, we use 2 bigger weights to power it, also one for the clock, and another one for the bird. So if you see a big weight on a clock like this one here, you can tell it's an 8-day mechanism, and if you see a small one like this one, it's daily mechanism. That's how you can tell them apart. After these 2, we have daily and weekly also, but you can see some difference now. So this platform here we use for the figurines on the top. You can see over here, we put the figurine around on this platform, connect the spring on the music box, music plays, and then they rotate with music, and we say they are the dancers because they dance around. So when you see that clock like this one here, it has 3 weights. We know the third weight is here for music and for the dancers. That's how you can recognize it if you want to buy something with music. And also when I say you need to rewind the clock, this is how we do it. Let's take this one for example. So, as I said, if you have 2 weights, one is for the clock, other one is for the bird. They are made out of the iron and they are very heavy. So through the week they will fall down because the gravity is pulling them, chain is attached on the mechanism, and that's how the mechanism is moving inside. So what do we need to do? Simple. We take the other side of the chain, we never grab them here by the weights, because if you pull it here, we can break the mechanism, and we just pull it up like this. Till we feel it doesn't go up anymore, we rewind the clock. Super easy. Also, if you have music, we need something to play the music. And for that we have this music box. And this music box is the only part of the clock that is not made in Germany. This is made in Switzerland. I'm gonna play it for you now. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, no sound.
No sound.
No sound.
No sound. Well, let's do something now different. We're gonna see if you have sound. Yeah? So, when we put music box in a wooden house, it's gonna amplify the sound. So it vibrates and resonates inside, so we can hear it much better and louder in a wooden house. So it wouldn't be a cuckoo clock if you don't have something to imitate the cuckoo bird sound. And for that we have these bellows here. And these bellows were made before with the goat skin, but it was not very durable, it was drying up and tearing up very quickly, so today they make it with cotton and nylon. So we pour the air here out of these bellows, we have opening on the side, air comes in and out, creating the sound. So we have 2 different tones. And when we put them together, we have a cuckoo bird sound. We have medium sizes, and we have one that we call baby cuckoos. Cute one, yeah? So this is about the mechanical clocks. Nowadays we also have a battery operated clocks. This is how they look inside. So they have a quartz mechanism inside, like the modern clocks today. We just put the batteries in and they work by themselves. Also here on the side we have a switch. We can adjust the volume, we can turn off the clock manually, we can adjust the bird and the music at the same time, and so on. And also these clocks on them have a light sensor. So why is light sensor here? It's here because when you want to go to sleep in the evening, you turn off the lights and music and bird won't play automatically while you sleep. So if you sleep peacefully without worrying, it will make any sound during the night. And also you can recognize them because they have plastic weights like this one here, and they have a shorter chain than the mechanical clocks. And also on the battery clocks we don't pull the chain, so we just need to put the batteries and that's it. And for the mechanical clocks we also have things to turn it off, but we don't have a sensor here. We have a switch that's usually located on the left side of the clock, so we need to do it manually. For example, you go to sleep, you pull up the switch, so nothing is coming out from the sounds, cuckoo bird won't come out, and in the morning you pull down the switch and we have bird and music again. So this is all from my presentation. I also need to tell you, if you want to buy a clock, we give you 2 years of guarantee on a clock. You guys come from? US. Chicago. So all of you are from the United States? Yes. So we have 4 service centers in the United States. One is in California, 2 in Michigan, 1 in Georgia, and 1 in Wisconsin. So you can repair your clock over there for free that time when you have the guarantee, and also you can get some tax refund automatically here in the store. That means you need to spend minimum 50 euros, then we reduce the tax here for 13.5%. Or if you want to ship something, we also have shipping option. It's 89 euros to send it to United States, and you have a limit of 40 kilograms. So that means you can buy, for example, 5 clocks and ship them for 89. So you don't pay anything extra. Also, if you buy something
2:30.